The city was completely cut off for several hours today following that heavy rain. Houses have been evacuated in both the Hutt Valley and the Kapiti Coast, and flooding has affected a great many people. Kate Gudsell has been out and about in the Wellington region.
The northbound lane on State Highway 2 out of Wellington was inundated with water, so much so that we only narrowly made it through to the Hutt Valley earlier today. Parts of Petone were flooded, with the Working Men's Club on Udy Street having to shut down for the day because water was seeping through its doors. The water was halfway up my calves when I walked through the club's car park to speak to its head chef, Chivy Pan.
We've never seen it this bad ever, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the first time the last 6 years that it's never been like this.
How big a deal is it for you guys?
It's quite big because we're a very busy place. We do like thousands of people a day, and like this is going to cost a lot of money.
As I was speaking to Chivy, Jane Blandford came in looking for her father-in-law, Bim Blandford, who lives on Udy Street. His wife became stranded at their house on the flooded street when he was out, and he had taken refuge in the club before the water started reaching its doors.
There he is, he's gambling. How hilarious. Stunbo. Yay. Got gumboots, umbrella. Hey.
Mr. Blandford was playing the pokies when he was rescued by his daughter-in-law.
I came down the street, Kensington Avenue, went to turn over to my corner. I drove not very far away, and he said, "You can't come through there." So I went right around, went to park at the Bowling Club, and that was starting to get flooded. So I came out of there, up Cuba Street, round Burberry Street. Thought I'd go to the rugby club. That was flooded. So I came along here. This was a bit flooded, but I managed to get in, so I parked here.
Travelling back from Petone towards Wellington, traffic flowing in the other direction was sparse, with only a few managing to get through, as the water was by now the height of the median barrier separating the lanes, while several cars brazen enough to attempt it were stranded in the massive pool of water. Traffic trying to get into the Hutt from up the coast was backed all the way up to the Newlands off-ramp on State Highway 1. The Parramatta roundabout was closed for hours due to flooding, as was the Plimmerton roundabout. Porirua City Council have been out clearing drains and helping residents affected by the flooding. In Tatahi Bay, Dimmock Street resident Keith Terapo had access to his house cut off briefly because of an inundation of water overwhelming the drains, the second time that's happened this year.
I left for about 20 minutes, went with my mate for about 20 minutes and came back and this was here.
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad as. Don't even know how to get out of my house, can't even come in, can't leave. So we're just stuck here. The road's blocked off down the road and up here.
What's it been like for you this morning?
Oh, pretty shitty. Me and my mate had to park our car up the front there and then walk through the water and just to get home. My shoes are wet.
Houses across the Wellington region have been evacuated because of flooding and slips. Earlier today, residents on Riverside Drive near the Waifetu stream in Hutt Valley were told to leave their homes and put their belongings up high as the stream rose. The Hutt City Council says the stream has receded and residents are being allowed to return to their homes. While in Porirua, 2 houses in Parramatta and 1 house in Pukerua Bay were evacuated because of slips. Newly elected Porirua Mayor Mike Tana says the closure of the 2 major roundabouts in the area was an additional problem.
Precautionally, there's a couple of places that people are evacuating just for slips down behind homes, and we're just saying precaution because a home hasn't been taken away yet, but we don't want that to happen with people in it. So we basically have to be reactive. The other stuff that we know about is that most of the roads have been clogged with water, but it's actually stopping us to get to some places.
Wellington and Porirua City Councils were recommending people stay in the city until at least 8 o'clock this evening to avoid sitting in traffic. In Wellington, for Checkpoint, Kate Gudsell, 10A.